This is 12 and a half by Gary Vee. I'm just going to flip a page and read a little bit and then talk. So this is in regards to which one? Empathy. A mother might intuitively feel that her young daughter has entrepreneurial ambitions, but they might live in, say, a remote part of Texas where cheerleading and pageant life is everything. The mother knows her daughter isn't interested in that, but if the mother herself lacks self esteem, she may subconsciously force her kid to become a cheerleader to avoid judgment from other moms. If you don't have self awareness with self acceptance and self love by association, then empathy might be one of your halves. Your own insecurities are like anchors weighing you down and preventing you from truly bringing value to others. In a business context, my biggest challenge was developing empathy is balancing it with letting others learn on their own. Two employees on my team had a conflict with each other last week. I know the answers to the situation and what they should have done, but do I tell them? There are much needed lessons for both employees, but should I go into heavy handed and just let them know? If I do, it might just start becoming fear based, or I might be applying a band aid that doesn't create lasting change. They might need to come to those realizations themselves, but withholding feedback can create entitlement. As you'll see in part two, when we delve into real life business scenarios, I'm always trying to figure out when and how to jump in with feedback. Empathy is like a cheat code in business and life. I actually think it makes the other 11 and a half ingredients easier to use. You can handle any situation if you can feel the feelings of others involved. So this book, Gary breaks down what he believes is the 12 and a half emotional ingredients, and going from gratitude, self-awareness, accountability, optimism, empathy, kindness, tenacity, curiosity, patience, conviction, humility, ambition. And then the second part, he has some real life scenarios and then some exercises. So I've read this book twice now. Um, anyhow, so being empathetic can be a superpower. Um, being able to feel other people's, energies and feelings and situations. It can be ignored or it can be used to navigate really any situation. Um, I remember as a young kid, we were sitting on my porch. I was probably 4 years old, sitting there with my mom, and a guy came up to the porch. He was homeless, and he had some peanut butter and some sardines. He had got them issued to him from the food bank or something like that, and he was going door to door to sell it to try to get something else. Uh, I was I was 4, maybe 5, and I remember that day. I remember the look in my mom's eyes. She bought the peanut butter. She gave him a few bucks and I seen the guy quite a bit after that down the street because I kept looking for him just to see what he was up. He was just living his life out there. Um, it's one thing to have empathy and then understanding how you can use it in good ways to. And it's not easy to always tap into it, right? Sometimes it can be like you're on public transit and you hear like an argument between a bus driver and another passenger, and you just start feeling the feelings of one of them, right? If you're empathic, you know what I mean. Uh, to me, that's what how empathy can be used um, in sales and in situations like that. Um, but if you guys are looking for a good book to read, I'd highly recommend Gary V. 12 and a half. Have a good night.